Going to explain Revelation chapter 17, 18, and 19, but chapter 19 from verse 1 to 3. These three chapters speak about Babylon the Great. What is Babylon the Great? Is so much confusion about this. Many religions have one concept about it. Some Bibles translate it differently. This is depicted by a woman. Now, what do women lies in the Bible? We have from the book of Genesis to the book of Revelation, in the book of Isaiah, in the book of Jeremiah, we have the description of different women. And these women actually are symbolic ones. They are not biological females. They are symbolic ones. And usually women in the Bible symbolize organization. So the nation of Israel was divided in two tribes, in two sides, northern kingdom and southern kingdom. The northern kingdom was Oliba. The southern kingdom had different name, but Olibaya, something like that. But both of them, they were depicted as a woman. However, great in the Bible means globally. So this woman, this global organization symbolizes Babylon. Again, Babylon the Great is not a city in Babylon that used to be 5,000 years ago when Nimrod built this city. He built Nineveh as well and a few other ones. But he inaugurated the city of Babel at that time, which later took the name Babylon, but not Babylon the Great, just the city of Babylon. In the city of Babylon originated so many religions, so it was a competition of religions. Many different people started to come out with ideas how to worship God, and those ideas, these manufactured ideas, were psychologically effective for many people, and they started to follow these ideas or gods and goddesses, and they became religions in time. And from the city of Babylon originated many religions that were worshipped from Egyptians later on. Now, when Nimrod wanted to isolate people, to enslave people inside the city of Babel, and he wanted to build a big tower to reach the sky, to reach God, based on their delusions. Actually, they were building pretty high building in those days, but the true God said, I'm going to stop their work. I'm going to confuse their languages. In this way, they will not be able to understand any longer each other. So that happened, and many different languages were created, and people could no longer understand each other. What one was saying, the other one could take it differently. And big confusion arose because of so many different languages. People in the past, before that time, or at that time, spoke Hebrew, but instantly they forgot their Hebrew language. And they started instantly to speak different ones. And that was a miracle. Only God can do that. Humans can't. For me to learn English took years. For them was instantly. So that's a miracle. That's the power of God for him to confuse these people. Now Nimrod was used to suppress and subjugate these people and to keep them as slaves inside the city of Babel. Now these people could not understand what he was talking, and a group that spoke one language came in this way, the other one in different direction, and they started to leave the city, and Nimrod wanted to use force, but within his soldiers was confusion as well, because many of them could not understand each other. So, as he was so tenacious to prevent these people, because he wanted to enslave them, he felt thrilled for them to worship him. They killed him. They murdered him in a violent way. So Nimrod experienced a violent death, and he was called a hunter in opposition to the true God, or his name Jehovah. So he had a violent death. Now these people that left the city of Babel, now they move in different directions, as I said. Those people that spoke Germanic, they moved where is Alemania or Germany today. Those people that spoke Italic, they moved where Italy is. Those people that spoke Armenian, they stood around that area. The people that spoke Hebrews, they were staying localized in that area as well. Who spoke Hellenic moved in Greece. So people that spoke different languages, like the sons of Ham, they were called Orientals. They moved in China and Vietnam or whatever, Japan, and some were Canaanites from Ham, and they were located in the land of Canaan at that time, which is Israel today. And the Egyptians were Hamites as well. They came south of Canaan, or what is Israel today, what is Egypt. So, but they took with themselves, all these people took with themselves various traditions, religions, customs, even building towers. They could not build towers like Nimrod was trying, but for that time they built buildings. Like Egyptians, they built pyramids, and some other, they built churches and things like that. But today we see that custom, that competition of building high buildings. We have in Saudi Arabia one building that goes over 1 kilometer long, high in heaven. Sometime the top of it stands above the clouds. That's crazy, but that's how it is a tradition, a competition left within the human embryon since that time. And again, with religions, we have over 40,000 religions in the world, money-making business religions. So all of these religions, these customs, spiritism, all these beliefs, they are called Babylon because they originate from the city of Babel, or the city of Babylon, because took the name later on Babylon. But this people that took all these customs and religions 5,000 years ago, all four corners of the earth, they are called Babylon the Great. So is a big worldwide disorganized religion that the Bible, the book of Revelation, symbolizes it as Babylon the Great is great because he's in all corners of the earth. Now this woman, this prostitute, actually is called prostitute because this false religion today, because the Bible speaks, is only one true religion, is one God, one religion, could not be two. The rest, what is additional to the second one, as the second one is false, because does not originate with the true God, but originate with this woman, this Babylon the Great, from the city of Babel. These religions get involved in politics, get involved in businesses, get involved in terrorism, in all kinds of things. For instance, First World War, you had priests, both sides, Catholics and Protestants, and Catholics against Catholics, go kill in the name of God. Germans killed British, French killed Germans. You have Russians, Orthodox, they got involved in First World War. They were so-called religions, Hindus against Muslims, Muslim against Muslims. Is a mess with religion. Religion in the Bible is called prostitute because gets involved in wars, in politics, and in bad money-making businesses. So doesn't do the will of God. And the Bible says in the book of James, if you get involved with the things of the world, you are called adulterers. Now, this prostitute, because prostitute does political prostitution with the leaders of the world, with the kings of the earth, sits in top of a wild beast. You have that wild beast from chapter 17, 18, and 19 in the book of Revelation. This wild beast has 7 horns, 7 heads, and 10 horns. Number 10 in the Bible means earthly completeness. Number 7 means spiritual things, spiritual matters, spiritual completeness. But this number 7, this beast is not spiritual. This beast is political and is literal with number 7, has not to do anything symbolically with heavenly things. Now, these 7 heads are 7 world powers, starting from, in the Bible history, starting from Egypt, number 1, Assyria, number 2, Babylon, number 3, Medo-Persia, number 4, Greece, number 5, Rome, number 6, and Anglo-Americans, the last, as number 7. So each head used to be a world power, but in each head is 1 and 2 horns. Horns in the Bible mean government. So they are governments. So this one world power used to rule all and direct all the governments of the earth. Means that number 10 that are all governments of the earth, because that number 10 symbolizes completeness of things in the earth. So this beast holds in her back this prostitute, so that does political prostitution with these 7 heads and 10 horns, these 7 world powers and 10 horns, all the governments. So Babylon the Great in the Bible means false religion, period. And that this prostitute sits on many waters, the Bible says. Waters in the Bible mean information. So rivers mean information. Waters that they flow mean information, but is polluted information, worldly information, information from this society that has not to do anything with spiritual matters, has not to do anything with the scriptures, holy scriptures. To explain what we are explaining right now, to explain this prostitute, to explain this Babylon the Great, to explain this false religion that has enslaved and filled with these waters, with this spiritual darkness, by polluting the minds and the hearts of its people. And these people have been directed negatively toward spiritual darkness, Bible says. That's why all religions today in the world, they are suffering spiritual famine, because they know nothing what it is biblically spiritual. They know everything that is spiritistic, demonic, but not spiritual or scripturally spiritual, biblical. Again, Babylon the Great, that we are focusing today, from chapter 17, 18, and 19, from verse 1 to 3, symbolizes false religion. Now, very soon, this prostitute is going to be eaten up, crushed, destroyed, stripped off, left naked. Her flesh is going, as I said, to be eaten up from this wild beast, from that symbolizes world powers, and the horns in top of it, all earthly governments. They are going to crush it, because they are going to do the will of the true God that put his thought into the hearts, not the minds, because the mind reason, the heart doesn't, is emotional, of these world leaders in order to crush this prostitute. And this constitutes, in the Bible, the great tribulation, something that never has happened before, never will happen afterwards. Armageddon, we are going to explain this in detail, again, happened in Noah's time, is going to happen now, and will happen 1,000 years after Armageddon, which is called the final test. Is the same style, but this style of destruction of false religion or Babylon the Great is one. Never happened in the past, never will in the future. Many governments and world powers have risen and fallen. The religion has been there, getting even stronger, getting multiplied, and as we see today, from 1981, we see another 25,000 new religions. That the number at that time was about 18 to 21,000 religions. Now is over 45,000 religions, something like that. Who counts them? But that's what you find it based to secular statistics. Some sources say is there are over 100,000 religions. Who knows? Counting in thousands is too much. You get tired of it. But the point is, too many religions, and they constitute Babylon the Great, and this prostitute is going to be destroyed very soon in the Great Tribulation, which is a step before Armageddon. Thank you.